All right, traders, I'm going to be breaking down the top 3 option plays heading into this week. We are currently trading at a key make it or break it support level on the SPY. It is going to be a very volatile week, and there's going to be plenty of lucrative trading opportunities. With that being said, I'm going to be breaking down the key make it or break it levels. I'm going to show you how to determine when the bulls are in control, what reactions to look for, where to enter, where to exit. I'm going to show you how to determine when the bears are in control, when to enter, when to exit. I'm going to walk you through these trading plans. This is truly going to be an amazing trading week ahead. Let's get straight into the price action analysis. So in terms of the SPY, if you followed my channel, and you can go back and look for the videos, in 2021, I had a very good swing trade in September. I took a swing trade on SPY very early September, and I did very well swing trading put options. For those of you who don't know, historically within the stock market, September is known for being a very bearish month. In 2020, it was very bearish. In 2021, it was very bearish from the early to the end of September. Now, we are currently trading in 2022, and here is some differences. I've been comparing because I did very well swing trading puts, last year in 2021, but I've been looking at the main difference, and the main difference has been the SPY is currently at a key support level on the daily. Whereas if you go back to September 2nd, 2021, the beginning of September, this is at all-time highs major resistance. And then if you go back to 2020 of September, right here, September 2nd, where it crashed and it did the same thing in 2021, this was at all-time highs and at resistance. So one difference that I'm seeing in terms of, well, is history going to repeat itself? One thing that I'm being very cautious and very wary, because a lot of people are throwing the idea around that September could be an extremely bearish month, and I understand because that's what history says. But one thing I'm being very wary about is we are at support. We are not at the best resistance level. So that's one thing that I want to bring awareness to. Now, in terms of this whole bearish theory to work out, it is either going to work out at support, which is when it cracks 390, or it's going to work out when we pop back to this resistance level. We have a lot of resistance in the 420s. We have lots of gaps to fill in the 427s, right? So which one is it going to be? Well, we have to see how it reacts. You have to think of the possibilities. If 390s holds up and we continue to, maintain support above this gap, within time, we could start to reverse. And if we break above this 401, then SPY is going to start to rocket to fill the gaps. Now, if we can continue to form these lower highs, if we can continue to stay under 400, and if we can simply just crack this key make it or break it support zone where SPY has been bottoming out for multiple days, where SPY has been having nice gap close reversals, this 390.89 level, and you can also say 390 support, right? This support zone. SPY needs to crack this support zone. In order for September to be very bearish early into the month of September, like it was in the beginning of September in 2021, like it was in the beginning of September 2020, in order for that history to repeat itself, this will be the dead giveaway. If SPY can quickly crack this 390 and turn it into a resistance. So we are currently trading at the bottom of a very nice support zone. Now, what is this support zone that we're referring to? You can see right here, SPY has a lot of resistance in the 390s, and it quickly crashes to the 370s when it tops out of that 390s resistance. You could see right here, SPY started breaking out, and then it bottomed at that previous resistance. And once that occurred, it started rocketing, and it started rocking up very, very nicely, and it went to the 430s. Now, we are back to that previous resistance level, which turned into a support level, and it's been reacting as a support level for 2 days. So we're now back in that time, and we have gaps to fill above, but we also have gaps to fill below. So this is just very simple. This is very simple price action. All we're looking to do, so in terms of, let's say you are bearish for September and you're trying to figure out if it's key breakdown or resistance, we are at key breakdown and there's gaps to fill above. So you have to be extremely careful. So in order to really figure out if this is just going to be a simple breakdown resistance, what we need to see happen is we need to see 390 and $391, that 1 point support zone, react as a resistance level. SPY needs to break down. SPY needs to form lower highs. It needs to form resistance. It needs to form a roof, and it needs to crack 390. If that can occur, then we will see a pullback to 381.95 within some time to fill this gap right here, which is where the next bounce can occur on SPY at 381.95. If not 377.91. Now, for the past 2 days, SPY has bottomed out. You can see it bottomed right here at $390.04 at the gap, had a nice reversal. And you can also see it form some slightly higher support And it also attempted to break out above this key resistance, right? So it's trying to form higher support. It's trying to break out, but it closed weak towards the lows. But it did close at 392.24. So we are still reacting as a support level, and SPY has been consolidating at this key level for 2 days. One pattern that I want to bring awareness to is in terms of the SPY. Let's bring some awareness to this quick pattern here. Let me show you real quick. Where was this pattern that I was looking at? So if you look at this candle right here, and if you look at this candle right here, and then you look at this red candle right here and this red candle right here, if you were to compare the two, one thing that I want you to be aware of is if the SPY gaps up tomorrow, this will likely close strong at the highs. If we see a gap up tomorrow, SPY is up in the pre-market, it's green, it's looking strong, we will likely see a similar repeat to this pattern. So just compare these two candles right here, and we're towards that support. Compare these two candles right here. What happens on the third day? So basically, one thing I want you to be aware of is if we are up tomorrow, it's likely going to be a very bullish day, and it's likely going to be a strong close day. In my opinion, I could see that happening if the SPY is up tomorrow. So we have to see what it's doing in the pre-market tomorrow. Now, let's say the SPY gaps down tomorrow. If we're down tomorrow, what then? It needs to crack 390 to go bearish. I am not convinced we are bearish until 390 cracks, right? So in order to be bearish, we need to crack 391 to 390, turn into resistance. If that can occur, then we go to 382. So as someone who was bearish or someone looking to short, you just need to understand 390 must crack. That's the key level. This 390 to 391. If you wore inputs, you should not risk more than 392. If this goes above 392, 393, it's going to rocket to 396, right? So just understand, we have to receive bearish confirmations at 390 to play key breakdown puts. If not, and it's continuing to hold up, where will the SPY go? This is what I want to bring awareness to. So in terms of where will SPY go, if we continue to hold this support level, this is going to go to 396 plus easily if we continue to hold this support heading into tomorrow. So this is what I want to bring some awareness to as well. See this bearish top right here, this bearish top on the SPY, hard sell off. See this bearish top on the SPY, hard sell off. See how these are very similar chart patterns in a sense, and then just that nasty big sell off, right? Well, in terms of the support, your support was right here towards 400 to 402. And you can see SPY went a lot lower, dropped like 12 points from that, but then it rocketed back up to that previous support and then sold off. So in terms of one key level, where you can potentially play puts if you see this react as a resistance level into this week is going to be right here. This 396.50 to 397. 396.50 to 397. I want you to look for that to be a resistance level. If SPY quickly rips to 397 to 396.50, you can look to scalp some short-term puts, just get in, get out, make your profits towards that zone. If you see a quick run up in the bearish confirmations form, it's turning this previous support right here, this big upside potential support level into resistance, right? So you just need to understand, we just bottomed at key support. And then it popped strong into the close, right? Just like it did towards Thursday. So what I want you to be aware of is if we continue to bounce and go up in that sense, in terms of scalping puts, 397 to 396.50, that could be your put zone. Now, one more level that I do want to bring awareness to, and you do have to be careful as well, because like I said, if we do gap up tomorrow, this will likely close strong, but there could be a good short-term put opportunity towards that 397 previous support into resistance zone, right? So remember, 397 to 396.50, if that reacts as a resistance, play puts, max risk towards like 398-ish level. If you want that best level, it'd be towards 397 to 398. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm seeing. Just be careful though, because if we do gap up, we will likely close strong. We have to see how it reacts. But at some point, we will likely go back to that 397, 398. And the first time it hits that level, even if it's a bullish day, will likely be a good quick put scalp opportunity the first time it retests, not the second, not the third, the first time. That's the key word there, right? This was the first time it retested that previous support right here towards this 401 level. All your support was in this 401. Big sell off, rips back up to 401 the first time it retests. The second time, but right here as well, great opportunity. So 2 times to play puts. So the new potential key level could be that 397. That's what I want to bring some awareness to. Now, my last key level that I'm going to give you, so basically what I'm telling you is in terms of key levels, your 390 to 391, that's your key breakdown support level. Your overall top level right now, we're going to call it 396.50 to 397. We're not going to call it 401. We're going to call it 396.50 to 397 at now, right? So that's your top higher end of the channel. And then in terms of your middle level is where the SPY closed, 392.24. If the SPY cracks below 392.24, turns it into resistance, we will likely break down 390 finally. Once it can turn 392 into resistance, crack, and go bearish, that will be the day where we likely crack that 390, right? So I want to bring awareness to that. That's your lower middle. So remember 390, 392, and 397, 396.50. Those are our overall key levels. So we got the lowest level, we got the middle level, and we got the top level. That's where I'm going to be looking to place trades heading into this week. And then obviously as the week goes on, there's going to be new levels and new things to update, right? But as of now, those are the key levels that I'm extremely interested in. So if 392 reacts to support, we're going to see a strong move to 397. If we go below 392, reacts as a resistance, we will likely see a crack of 390. So those are the key levels. Those are the patterns. Those are the trends that I want to bring awareness to. Now, these are some stocks that I want you to keep on your radar as well. So our first stock is going to be AT&T. So in terms of AT&T, what I want you to understand about AT&T is there's a gap. There's a gap to fill right here towards this 52-week low at $16.74. It was recently at $16.63 and it had a very nice short-term reversal from that 52-week low. So we're heading back towards 52-week lows. I'm looking for some sort of bullish confirmation, waiting for $16.74 to react as the support level. If not, then I'm not going to touch it. Once I see some bullish confirmations, whether it's at the gap or whether it's towards new 52-week lows, I will look to potentially make a swing trade on this, right? So I'm keeping AT&T stock on the radar. I'm keeping it on the radar. This could easily be something where there's major support like right here, and then it cracks through a little bit, and then it just rockets back up. I could see that happening on this particular stock, and there is gaps to fill above. So keep an eye for a gap close reversal and some bullish confirmations on AT&T. Microsoft. So let's go over Microsoft. So, same chart as SPY. Microsoft closed this gap, and then it closed weak towards the lows. So overall for this one, if we go under this 254, we will fill the gap at 251.90. If you see 251.90 react to support, that can be a key gap close reversal for some short-term calls. In terms of Amazon, Amazon is now back at previous resistance. It tried to react to support and it did have a little reversal, but now it's coming back down. Your key make it or break it level for this Amazon is going to be this right here, this $129 level. That's going to be your key psychological level for Amazon. $129 heading into this week. Make it or break it. Reacts as a resistance. It sells off. Starts to fill the gap at 122.48. If it holds up, reacts to support, then we start to see a reversal. I mean, how does the chart look? It's not looking that bullish. It's not the most bullish chart. Just remember though what I told you about, in terms of tomorrow and the possibilities if we do go green. Another stock I'm keeping an eye on, it's a merger with the social media company called Rumble, is CFBI. So in terms of CFBI, we just filled the gap. There was a gap to fill at 1179. It closed lower, so technically it's micro bearish. Preferably, I would like to see how it reacts at 1122. If we could form some support there, I'll keep an eye on it. The best level to buy this stock was right here at $10.08, where there's a gap to fill below there. This is just something I'm keeping an eye on in terms of my long-term point of view of this stock. I would say it's bullish. I would say overall, if we were looking at the long-term point of view of this company, very bullish. As of now, I'm just keeping an eye on it. In terms of META, we are at such, key heavy make it or break it support. We do have two gaps to fill below, very similar setup to the SPY as well. So there's a gap to fill below at 154, and there's another gap to fill below at 148. 148 would be the best price to play the gap close reversal in calls. As of now, if we can crack 159.20, we will see another bearish move to fill the gap at 157, and overall should drop to about this 155 level. It's pretty incredible, man. Look at this. You had a gap to fill on META stock at $154.18 towards those lows right there. And it literally bottomed out right here, exactly at that gap at 154.25, and had a very nice reversal. So we got a lot of support towards that 154 zone. In terms of the chart, it's forming lower highs, it's forming bearish candlesticks. As of now, it has to crack this 159. If not, then we will see another reversal, and it will start to explode up if we cannot crack that for the short term being. I mean, this could easily be something like this too, where if it does gap up, we close strong at the highs and then we go right back down. That's another possibility. Snow. In terms of snow, the best price for puts, man, I had a perfect call on this in my previous videos. Best price for puts now updated would be towards 180.95. If we could pop back towards there and form some resistance, I'll look to scalp puts. Just keep an eye on that. The best level would be at 197.71. So set your price alerts for snow towards those levels. That'd be key levels for puts. In terms of calls, you're going to want to wait till this key support at 159.49. We should start to see a nice scalping opportunity once we get down there for calls. And then that's mainly going to be it. Another stock that's on my radar, a lot of these stocks that you see down below here, these are mainly stocks I'm looking at for the long term right now. ATXG is on the back burner. This was a crazy move from nothing all the way to $6.56, now back to $9. Just keeping an eye on it, looking for some sort of potential move. There is a gap to fill at $7.50. So for those of you asking me about this one, I would like to see how this stock can react at this gap fill. We do have a gap fill at $7.50, I believe, for this one. So that's another thing that I'm just keeping an eye on. So I'll set my price alert here at or below, $7.50, and we'll see how it reacts towards there. Another key stock that I'm keeping an eye on, I was looking at the monthly charts. They recently had earnings as well. It looks fairly bullish, man. Just something about this chart. I was looking at weekly charts. I was looking at monthly charts. It looks overall bullish. This ticker symbol PDD, keep an eye on this one. It's breaking out. It's beginning to look bullish. If it can just stay above 71, it should continue to have a nice run. If not, then it's going to have a nice micro sell-off, back into the 60s. But just keep an eye on it. That key make it or break it level for this one is going to be towards 71. If it can stay above that, we should be able to go to about 77, 78. As of now, it's looking somewhat bullish, but we got to be careful. Remember, with the market, when I told you about the market, it correlates with these stocks as well. Another one that I'm keeping an eye on is Lulu. So in terms of Lulu, what I'm looking at this one is, it had the gap up, it closed weak at the lows. Overall is bearish. So for this one, do the same thing I did with Walmart. We got to wait for it to go under and turn this 311 into resistance. Once we can crack 311, turn it into resistance, I will then look to play the puts and take advantage of the gap that's waiting to fill below. So remember, this is a gap breakdown setup. Once we can turn this 311 into resistance, I will look to play puts. Once you see the daily reacting bearish at this level right here, at this low right here, see this history like this, look to play puts. Swing for a sell-off when you see bearish candlesticks. That's going to be the bonus swing trade that I'm adding in here. So once you see this at 311 and it looks bearish on the daily, you can swing trade puts right before the market closes if it looks bearish like this, and it should sell off within some time. In terms of day trading, just look for 311 breakdown. If it cracks 311 and it's reacting bearish, just look to scalp puts in and out. Scalps are meant to be very, very quick in and out within 5 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it's within 1 minute. So those are the main plays that I'm seeing. I'm really liking that swing trading idea on Lulu. Same setup as Walmart overall, so that should be a good one. Just waiting for it to react to key resistance level. So those are my key make it or break it levels. That's my current thoughts. That's my analysis in terms of triple BY. The chart looks kind of bullish. We got to see how it reacts with the news that just came out. But we just got to see how this reacts, man. It's like for this one, it's make it or break it right now. It's got to go bullish. It needs to break above this 870 and turn it into support. If not, then it's just going to get crushed within time and really head back to that lower 615 range, which would be one of the best prices to scalp calls on this. So, I mean, this stock's at make it or break it right now. It has to push above 870, react to support to go bullish. If not, and it stays below this 870, it's going to be overall bearish and go to 615 within some time. As of the daily chart looks a little bullish, but it still hasn't pushed above the key level, so I wouldn't say it's bullish yet. Plus, there was some news that came out over the weekend. So yeah, we just got to see how this one reacts. I'm just keeping it on the back burner. But the main play is going to be the SPY as always. So if you do want to be a part of Trader Society, it's going to be the first link down below in the description. In terms of Trader Society, that's my private team. You get to trade live with me every single day. And if you want to be a part of it, it's the first link down below in the description. All the information is explained there. You can get started trading and get started on your education as soon as possible. Everything is explained in the first link down below. As soon as you join, it's a one-time fee and it's lifetime access. With that being said, guys, that's going to be wrapping up this current trading plan. There's going to be very important updates within Trader Society tomorrow, along with all of the live trading that I'll be doing this week. So I'm looking forward to it, guys. It should be a phenomenal green week. I'm seeing some amazing opportunity on the SPY. We are now at some key critical make it or break it levels, and it should be a very profitable week. So I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning.